Hi, hello. This video. In this video, we are going to see how to do assessment using Google Form. The steps covered in this are setting the question paper, creating the Google Form, answer the key and point or marks, changing the settings, viewing the marks, and exporting it to the Excel sheet. So we are going to see one by one now. Let's now start with the questions. So these are the sample questions which I'll be preparing. So the first, the different types of questions which we will be usually asking the students, like they choose the correct answer, true or false, or match the following. So we are going to see one by one how to do all these things in the Google form. Then the images, how to embed the images, insert the images into the questions. So now quickly we will have a look at it. So in the drive, we
Google
usually
Form.
open it using this Google form. And once the Google form is opened, we can see a blank form like this where we can name it on the top. So I name it sample forms and it is getting saved in the D drive. So once it is saved, we can change the settings. We can add the images like the header. You can see the different types of images that are available. So I prefer to choose this one and I insert it. So once I do that, you can see the header is inserted. So in the same way, we can change the themes, we can change the background, we can also change the font. So I prefer to keep the basic model, basic type. Now let us move on to how to create the questions. So first, name of student. So definitely it should be a short answer. So it automatically selects short answer on its own. So and we will make it as required. So once we do that, the student cannot move to the next question without answering this. So how to validate the responses, all that we will see in the upcoming questions. So for the next question to be added, we press the plus button, then class and section. We can choose it as class and section. So I will have it as class alone and I will have the drop box. So once I choose that, I will be typing the class 1, class 2 and class 3. So I have chosen the drop box here and I'm making it required. The next section, again the drop box, making it required and adding another question. So I'm going to copy the question from the Word which I have already prepared. So let me move to the Word file, copy the question, paste it here. As simple as that. And the options also you can copy or you can type it. Okay, and I'm choosing it as the multiple choice questions. You can also make it as the check boxes where the shape is changed and Here we have the round symbol. So I prefer to have the multiple choice, and the drop box I have shown you in the previous session itself. So let us have a look how the drop box looks. So this is how you can see if you choose a drop box. For short answers, they have to enter the name, and if you choose the multiple choice, the format will be like this. Now let us come to this section and we will add another question. So now it is a true or false. So I am going to copy the question and paste it here. So see that you don't number the questions, because you can choose for shuffling the questions. If you want to shuffle the questions, it is better you don't name it. Sorry, you don't number it. Here we are making it as required. Again, make each and every question as required, compulsory. And let me show you how to validate this question. So roll number, if I enter the roll number, I am going to validate the response, like only the number should be entered as the answer. That is, the response should be in numbers. So I'll show you how it is going to appear. So here if I type any now alphabets, then it will show you the answer should be in numbers, that is greater than 0. So if I enter number, it will accept the answers. So that's how it is. So now I'm going to add another question. So if I add another question, so here I have unwantedly added a question, so I would like to delete that. I want it at the last, so I will add it at the last. And if you want, you can move that question wherever you want. If you just drag it, you can make it the first question, the second question, like that, just drag and drop. Now we are going to see how to make the matching questions. So match the languages. So for that, multiple choice grid, I'll be using it. So rows and columns. For the rows, all the columns in the A side, I'm going to copy and paste it. And column side, all the languages. So now I'll again make it required, and that's it. This is how it is going to look. So the states are here, the languages are in the columns. And now let me add another question. So we'll see how to add an image in this. So for that, you can see image symbol. The question, near the question, you can see an image symbol. If you click that, you can select the picture which you have in the drive, or you can search using the Google search. So I am searching the image which I require. So this one will be apt for my question. So if I choose that, it will be on top and all the options I can give at the bottom. So here I have entered the answer options and making it as required. Now we'll see how to add the images in the options column. So this is a type of questions where it requires the images in the options. So here you can see the image symbol in the options and not in the question part. So the second image you have to click on it, and the same way you can choose it from the system or you can Google images. So I am selecting the images. Once I select it, it appears like this, and the next one and the next one. So my selection is over. So I am done with my questions. I have created the 5 questions. So image part, question and choose the correct answer, true or false, all that is done. So this is how it looks like. So now we are going to see the settings part. How you have to set the questions, the quiz. So for that, we have this general presentation and quizzes. In general, we have to select collect email address. If you select that, it is better. And limit to one response. The students can only respond it once, and all that is not required. You can ignore that, and we'll see in the presentation. So here we have to show the, if you click that, the questions will be shuffled. As I told you before, the questions will be shuffled. For this only I told you not to give the numbers. So once the responses are submitted, the child will be getting it. Your responses has been submitted. Or you can type it as good job. So I will leave it as it is. The quizzes. So if you enable this, it becomes a quiz and you will have the answer keys at the bottom of each questions. Now we'll see where to enter the answers for that questions which we have already entered, and grades will be immediately released once the students submit it, and the students will be able to read the see what questions they have missed, what questions they have answered correctly, and everything. So you can see the answer key. Once we enable that quiz, then you will get this answer key here. So what are the correct answers? We are going to tick it and we are going to give points to that questions. So whatever point you would like to give, you can give. So here, for this match the 4 questions. So what I will do is, so one point for each questions. Done. So you can see 4 points is awarded for that question. For this 1 point, and for that also 1 point. And now here for this the answer key is this one. So I'll be giving 1 point for this. So now close it. So we can see the questions has 8 points here. So I would like to round it. So I would like to give 2 points for this question and 2 points for this. So I will make it as 10 points. So that's it. Now we have set up the question paper. Now we'll see how we can give the responses. So this is the sample form. See, we have enabled the shuffling in the presentation settings. So if we shuffle it, we get the questions at the bottom on top. So I would like to remove the shuffling and save it. So now I get it right. So instead of having the questions in the same section, I would like to give a section break where the question starts. So I am giving a section break and typing answer the following. So here from here the question starts. Now let us fill the answers and see how we are getting the marks. Preview. So that's how it looks like. You can see the next button. So if you press, you have to enter the email address. So once you enter the email address, write the name of the student and roll number, which you have to enter in numbers, then the class, the section, then next. So we will just fill the answers and see how we get the marks. So here I am going to mark one question wrong for us to see how it looks like. So for Kerala I am going to mark it as Telugu, and for Tamil Nadu I will be marking as Andhra Pradesh, I am marking as Malayalam. Those two are wrong. So now it's done. Let me submit it. So here comes the marks. View score. So 8 out of 10. That's so we can see which questions are correct, which questions are wrong. So that's it. That's how the students also can see the marks and the answers. So hope you are clear with this. Now let's see how to send the questions to the students. We are going to send the questions. So you can send it through email. Type just the email address and you can send it as attachment. Here we can add the teachers, the subject teachers or the in charges for them to see the form or correct the form. If you add the mail address, which the persons will be getting the form in their mail and they can check it. It will be stored in their drive and you can restrict who can see and who cannot see. And this add collaborators, it will be seen in the 3 dots also. Now we'll see how to send it. We can just copy the link, shorten the URL and copy the URL and paste it wherever we want so that the students can attend it. And by mail also you can send it. So that's how it is. So we see how the responses are recorded. Responses, see one response which we have already entered is there. Summary, questions and the individuals. So in summary we get what are all the, what mark the child has got, the accepting and stopping the responses. If the questions, if the students have to attend the question, you have to enable it, or else you can disable that responses. That's how it is. Each questions, what are all the answers given. Name of the child. Now questions, individuals. Now if we want to move that to the Excel sheet, we can just export it. You can send it to an existing spreadsheet or to a new sheet. You can create a new sheet. Once it is created, you can see the marks, the answers, when that answer was submitted, all those details in an Excel sheet. So as we have given only one responses, one child's record is formed. If more children responds, it will get added to this. So that's how it is. Hope you are clear with this for Google Forms. So thank you. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.